What's up, everybody? It is the DLLS Cowboys pregame show. Shout out to you 6 people in the chat before the show even started. We appreciate you. What do you mean, you people? Cowboys, Ravens, preseason game number 2. We are ready to get you going. The show starts. Meow. All right, what's up, friends? Welcome into the DLLS Cowboys pregame show. It's time to get you ready for Cowboys-Ravens. Some say the Cooper Rush revenge game. Cooper Rush toe-to-toe with Joe Milton. I'd like to welcome you into a show. It's not just me, but you're not allowed to see the surprise guest until he's introduced, so I'm just going to say hello. My name is Jeff. Kavanaugh! That's my last name, Kavanaugh. And I am joined by, because Jesse Holley bailed on the show. Quit the team, but he'll be back. So I would like to introduce you to the great and powerful Seneca Wallace, everyone. Hello, Seneca, and welcome to the broadcast. Let's go.
Oh, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
He probably beat up on your favorite team at some point during 2 years at Iowa State. Were you an early declare? No, you started as junior, senior.
I did start junior, senior year. I was a JUCO transfer into Iowa State.
Oh, nice.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people don't know that.
You kicked butt. I remember you kicking butt. That was in my prime. Right around then, I was the greatest receiver in the history of Abilene Christian University to never record an official statistic.
Purple and white, Abilene Christian?
Absolutely, purple and white.
That's all I know, Abilene Christian. But, yeah, it was 2 years, and a lot of people always think I'm from Iowa, and I got to always explain to them, I'm not from Iowa. Just played 2 years there. I'm from California, man. So, you know, that's where you just came from.
I was just there. Yeah, it was great. We had a wonderful time watching the Cowboys get ready to play. And good news as you join us for Cowboys-Ravens tonight. Last week, the Cowboys didn't let anyone play football. Pretty much every starter was in sweatpants. Today, they're doing really weird stuff. Dak, CD, Pickens, everybody was on the field wearing pads and jersey and confusing people. There's no chance they're playing. But they were out there warming up, I guess, because they're at home. Why not? Let's go warm up in front of our home crowd or something. I don't know. But a bunch of guys that didn't play last week are going to be playing this week. And, Seneca, you did what, about a decade in the NFL?
Give it to me. I want all my years. Give me all 11. If
11. Okay, yeah. A decade and one. A decade and one.
Yes.
When you were I don't feel like, at least definitely for most of your career, you were more established than – here we are in preseason, scrapping and clawing to make a team.
Right.
But as you're seeing this, you've seen a lot of guys going through this. How big, how important is it for a lot of guys on the team? It wasn't for you. You were kind of half butting it, I'm sure.
No, I mean it's important, man, and you know, it's an evaluation process, right? And obviously things are a lot different from when I played. There's only 3 preseason games. You know, the third game, obviously, now the way the things are going and being ran, the third preseason game, we might not even see Dak play at all. We might not see him play at all in the preseason. And I know we were talking about this off air. I mean, you won't really see the true identity of most NFL teams probably till week 4 or week 5. And it's unfortunate. But, you know, there's a lot of guys scratching and clawing trying to make the team. And, you know, the organization from the coaches to the upper management have to evaluate everybody. And Milton is one of the guys we're probably going to see tonight mostly. And, you know, we got to see what he can do. And from preseason 1 against the Rams to now against the Baltimore Ravens, and it's going to be Cooper Rush versus Milton. And so we want to see who the quarterbacks who can perform at a high level. And then obviously we talked about this. He has a strong arm. But can he play quarterback? Can he play the position, hit the dunk downs, and hit the take the easy completion and do the things that he's asked? And we all like to say, hey, can he be a game manager in a sense, right? And a lot of people don't like that. But that's what a quarterback's job description is to manage the game and make sure you put your offense in the best position.
He can throw it over the mountains, I'll tell you that.
He can throw it, but he might not hit his target.
Well, I'm not going to say where the ball went, but I'll tell you he can throw it real far.
Right.
Let's check in with our very own Clarence Hill, who is out at AT&T Stadium. Let's see what Chill is up to and get you the very latest on everything to do with your Cowboys. Clarence, come in, Clarence.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. I hear a lot more people are going to play today than we got to see last week.
Yeah, the Cooper Beebes, Tyler Bookers, Miles Sanders, Hunter Luepke, John Stevens, Princeton fans, Kyrie Elam, Sam Williams, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn, guys like that, all who missed last week's preseason opener. Still don't know why, because they should have been playing, because none of these guys are, guys who should be are established enough on this team in the league where they should be missing preseason games, certainly preseason openers. But they're going to play tonight. Jaden Blue will not play tonight. He's still in street clothes. As you guys talked, this is the Joe Milton show again. Joe Milton against Cooper Rush. Joe Milton show for sure for the Cowboys, showing if he can be Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is not Joe Milton, but the Cowboys need to find out if Joe Milton can win in games as a quarterback. Dak Prescott has been injured every year since 2019. And they had Cooper Rush in the back pocket, a quarterback who could win games when he was out. Yes, Joe Milton's more talented, got a bigger arm, more athletic, all that stuff. Can he play the quarterback position? We saw last week, it's like a Scud missile. And you guys, young people don't know what a Scud missile is, but that thing is powerful, but it's inaccurate. It might hit the target, it might not hit the target.
There you go.
Okay. And so that's what we have with Joe Milton's arm. And he needs to show that he can play quarterback and not only just play quarterback position, manage a team, but also get the Cowboys confidence that he can win if something happened with Dak Prescott.
If they had a game tomorrow, do you think Joe Milton would be the guy who was playing if Dak couldn't play?
Yeah, with Jerry Jones, the owner, who's just last week, I'm so thank the God that we got Joe Milton. I think so. It's interesting that they
That'd
keep
be
saying
interesting.
we know everything. Well, it's shoddy. We know everything we need to know about Will Greer. Will Greer's never won a job here. Okay, he's been beaten out by uh, Cooper Rush and every other. Guy. He's never won a job here. He's never really won a job on a team. He's been mainly a practice squad guy. The idea that he doesn't need to play preseason games, he doesn't get a lot of reps in practice, but we know everything we need to know about Will Greer. But we want to give Joe Milton all the snaps is because that's who they're targeting to be the backup quarterback. They're not targeting Will Greer to have that job, and that's what the numbers say. That's what their actions say.
Clarence, do you have any questions that you would like to ask Seneca Wallace or Seneca? Because we've never worked together. I hadn't told him that when we interview somebody, he's welcome to hop in. We normally hand signal it, but we're new here. So if you have anything to say to Clarence, you just let me know. Clarence, if you have anything to say to Seneca, you just let me know, okay?
Well, I was really going to take a shot because he threw the horns down before the show, and I was going to say he's moved down my list of pantheons of Big 12 quarterbacks, and I was just thinking that because I said, well, he's behind Vince Young, Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
And I was going to say RG3, and then I realized I forgot about Patrick Mahomes, and then I realized there's about 3-4 OU quarterbacks out there. But I was going to put you in front of I was going to move Michael Bishop back in front of you because you threw the horns down. Because Michael Bishop,
Kansas State, let's
Yes.
go.
my dude,
Man.
and he's from Texas. And he's from Texas, but no, I love watching you play, man. And I'm assuming you live in Dallas, man. And listen, Iowa State's always a fun team to watch, and you're a fun player to watch for sure.
Well, man, you got to understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? It's a generational thing. You got to think about my era when I came in and playing this sport, that it wasn't glorified. Now it's glorified. The Vince Youngs and the scrambling quarterbacks, the Patrick Mahomes. I was doing things way before Patrick Mahomes came on the stage doing what he's doing. Now, you give me Mike Bishop, the strong arm. He kind of reminds me of Milton a little bit when he was at K-State, right? Strong arm, but he can let it rip. Was it going to be accurate? But I love the shots fired. I love the shots. As long as Iowa State stays right in that mix, and I put them on that pedestal early on in 01 and 02, and people still talking about Iowa State, I did my job. I mean, we'll never be in the same caliber as a UT. Right now, we can talk about no, but
say that to him.
We know where they are now, and they're nationally ranked #1 right now.
And
but we don't know how long
they're underdog in week 1, by the way.
They're gonna lose week 1. We just gonna call it what it is.
I can see this. Now you throwing rocks unnecessary. I do want to say this, and it's something that I've always thought about Vince Young, and I even thought about Don McNabb. The mentality of how they're using dual threat quarterbacks. Let me use that word. Dual threat quarterbacks.
I know what you wanted to say.
Did you want to say black?
Dual threat quarterbacks. Because
Okay.
now the league respects dual threat quarterbacks. They're letting them be themselves, not trying
Correct.
to make them be Peyton Manning, not make them be Tom Brady, not make them
Something
be
they're not.
Troy Aikman. You know, Lamar Jackson could be Lamar Jackson. Even they tried to make Michael Vick. And I'm just saying that if you're in were you born too early? Because if you was in this year's in the game today, you be able to
Right.
be you and do
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. That's 1,000%. I mean, that's what I always tell quarterbacks. I mean, you're a quarterback first, athlete second. That's the
Right.
main thing. If you can have that mentality to understand, I have to evolve my game. I can be an athlete in college and get away with it. But at the end of the day, at the professional level, I have to understand when to use my athleticism. I still have to play in the pocket, outside the pocket. But you said one thing that's a big difference from this generation and from the generation when I played. I had to evolve my game to be like a Peyton Manning or a Matt Hasselbeck or a Brett Favre and those guys
Right.
because they didn't cater to what my strengths were, right?
Right.
And even the same thing, we saw a year with Vince Young with the Titans where, they had obviously the running back goes for 2,000 yards. They were utilizing Vince Young and his strengths, but you didn't
Right.
have the evolution of the mindset of offensive coordinators either back then. We were
Right.
playing for older coaches who didn't see it that way. Now they see
Right.
the game differently. Like, hey, if I got a mobile quarterback, I'm going to utilize him. I'm gonna call design run plays. I'm gonna get him outside the pocket and utilize and magnify his strengths. But back then they didn't do that. I had to evolve my game to understand how to
Right.
be in the West Coast system under center. I'm 5'11 and a half. Give me some design stuff from drawback. We were probably in shotgun maybe when I was there for 7 years in Seattle, maybe 3 times a game, and that was on 3rd and 11 plus. So there's a different style of game being played right
5'11 and a half, and that sucks because if you get a combine invite, you can't claim 6 foot because they're going to get that just
now. They're gonna
right on.
right on, and they're gonna
Yeah.
push you down and compact that spine.
That's messed up.
Well, Jeff, there are a few players I did a players to watch. Certainly, Joe Milton is one of them, and again, can he play the quarterback position? He does pull the ball. He goes through his reads, but he's quick to take off. He was quick to take off in practice, and they want him to go through his reads and take the check down and do some things. But again, Tyler Booker is playing for the first time. We get to see. The first round pick, 12th overall pick at guard. They're not taking a guard. Don't bring that up. Anyway,
No,
we
I
get to
wouldn't bring
see
that up.
him. And we get to see him. Certainly, we get to see Milton, but we also want to see Mozzie. Mozzie talked about being a disappointment last week. His 3rd year, he didn't do nothing last week, and he needs to show that he can hold down that nose tackle position and really show the Cowboys they can stop the run. Another player, Trayshawn Holden, a kid out of Oregon, has had a great camp, had a big preseason game. Can he play special teams? We need to see because the main pass catchers are going to be CD and Pickens and the tight end Ferguson and those guys. As you're the 5th or 6th receiver, you got to play special team. So you catching the ball in practice and wowing the fans don't mean a hill of beans. You catching the ball in the preseason game, mean a hill of beans because you're not going to be the main pass catcher in when the regular season comes. Can you play special teams? So if something happens, I'll give you a chance to play. And again, that cornerback, we need to find out. They still need help. A third corner to go along with Kyrie Elam and Deron Bland. Who's going to step up outside?
But Kyrie Elam will play in this game. We're actually going to let some of our football players play football. Hookem, Jaden Blue, not going to play tonight. 5th-round running back is not going to play tonight. My understanding, or at least what I've seen so far, Miles Sanders will play. Deuce Vaughn
Miles Sanders will
play. Phil Maffa will play. But Javonte Williams, no. Does that, in your mind, mean that Javonte Williams is the starting running back? That's what I do. I realize when people aren't playing, that means they're good.
Well, Shotty said last week, I'm not naming a starting running back like I'm not naming the backup quarterback. But yeah, I mean, by all intents and purposes, Javonte's been the starter since the beginning of offseason training camp. He's taking all the reps with the starters. He's not taking any backup reps. You do need to see Miles Sanders again. He got a little more bonus money to sign with the Cowboys than Sanders. So you always follow the money. You certainly like what you got with the younger guys with Maffa and Blue, but he's the veteran. He's the guy that can pick up the blitz on 3rd down. He's the guy you trust and can protect. He's the starter right now. Unless, Miles Sanders goes out here and rushes for 200 yards in the preseason game, then we have a different conversation.
What about my guy Deuce? What if my guy Deuce goes for
Vaughn.
200? Can he make it? Come on,
You know
Clarence.
we love Deuce. You know we love Deuce. What's this the numbers game right now, and then you're not gonna give him opportunity. It's the numbers game.
Right. Is he playing special teams?
No.
Oh, he's
the
the
backup personal protector, isn't he?
He's the backup personal punt protector.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to find a spot, and especially if you're the third running back, you better be playing some special teams.
I like running backs.
He can't tackle a lick.
Right.
He ain't covering no kick.
I just like running backs that you never know where they're going to pop out from.
Right.
It's hard to tackle a guy when you can't find him.
You can't find him.
Clarence, you're a beast. We'll talk to you after the game. Enjoy it.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, chill.
All right, that is Clarence Hill, Pop, as he is very affectionately known, of course. And as we continue on here, let us know what you're looking for in this preseason game. If you want to talk bad to us in the chat, feel free. You want to talk good to us in the chat, feel free. The Cowboys DLLS pregame show rolls on next. It's the DLLS Cowboys pregame show. Just diehard stuff, Elijah? We're doing diehard stuff? I didn't see nothing in there other than that. Just diehard stuff, nothing in. Sign up to be a diehard or else, which is, of course, not a threat. It's just me saying or else. It's just a combination of words. This is the break in the middle because when we're on TV, they get to play 2 minutes of spots, and then I just get to talk to the chat and tell them about whatever I want. Unless we have spots. So training camp offer's still going on because training camp isn't over, even though we're done in Oxnard. Sign up to be a diehard. What does that get you? It gets a free T-shirt from our merch store. This is one of them. Dallas versus all y'all. That's one of them right there. But we got a bunch of cool shirts. You sign up to be a diehard. You get access to all of our diehard level content. You get an ad-free experience on the website. You get a free T-shirt when you sign up. You also see Ethan in the chat. $36. Way too cheap. Take advantage.
Come on.
That's value. Take advantage right now because if nobody signs up to be a diehard, guess what happens next? They cut salaries.
Ethan is in there.
Guess who makes the most by a mile? Me. So if you don't sign up to be a diehard, I get fired. So sign up to be a diehard. Instead of $80 a year, right now it's $36. But that's a limited time offer. That's a training camp offer. You got to do it now. I'd also like to encourage you to go to truefantravel.com and come with us to Vegas in November. Did you know that? We're going to Vegas. November 17th is the Raider game, and we are going to be out there. We're going to do our pre and our post-game show from out there. And you go to truefantravel.com, you sign up, and you get 3 nights at a Vegas resort. A fine one. What's the word for it? Luxury is the word. Luxury. It's all inclusive. You get to hang out with us. You get tickets to the game, VIP events, all sorts of fun things. And we want you to join us on our DLLS road trip to Las Vegas, November 15th through 18th. Game is on the 17th. We'll be out there. And remember, go sign up to be a diehard. Do that or else, which is not a threat. It's the DLLS Cowboys pregame show. We're going to take you up to kickoff here in about 10, 12 minutes. It is Seneca Wallace with me today, former Iowa State and NFL quarterback, hanging out with us, getting ready, which is great because the Cowboys right now, much like everybody else, they don't let their starting quarterback play. They let the other guys play.
Right.
And I wanted to ask you about something specific because I don't like it.
Okay.
Last year, Trey Lance played every preseason snap because they really were like, man, that Trey Lance, he sure does run fast and he can throw that ball far, man. That's cool. And if he's awesome, that would be great. He could be our backup quarterback. And then Dak got hurt and Cooper Rush played. Never played in the preseason. Now Joe Milton is playing in the preseason. And if Dak, what can I say that's not wishing anything? If Dak overslept week 1.
Okay.
I don't know that Joe Milton's the guy that's going to play. It might be Will Grier. That might be who they're more comfortable with.
Correct.
And so I just want to know from quarterback perspective, does that seem wonky that the other guy's getting no reps because they just want to see the toolsy guy?
You know what? I think they want to see the toolsy guy. They want to see, and in totality, they probably want Milton to be the guy. So they got to get him reps. They know Grier's been in the league. This is year 3, 4, 5.
He's been a few, but he's never been
played,
established.
Right? He's not played, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure Shotty wants Milton to be the guy. So I need to get him those live reps. Now, if he goes out there and he doesn't play well, then he's going to lead to his own demise, right? But we know what we have in Grier. Has he played a lot? No, but he's been in a QB room, which means a lot. All right, he's been on the team, been established. He's seen some games. He has a veteran type of mentality where Milton is only in year 2, right? And so I need to get him those live reps because there's nothing like live reps. And if he goes out there and he performs at a level that he should, and we've been talking about this, there's a lot that goes into playing a position, right? There's the mental aspect of it. It's the preparation. It's the other part of it when it's the live bullets. Can you process information quickly enough at the line of scrimmage? Can you manage the game? Can you hit your check downs, your swings, your burst routes? So all these things that a quarterback needs to do, they want to see him do it. And maybe they seen Greer do it in the past or maybe not. But I think it's a mentality of we got to get our young guy who I want to be our number 2, the live reps.
And so this is preseason game number 2 against Baltimore. Preseason game number 1, when I say nobody played, I mean the 3rd and 4th defensive ends didn't play. Nobody who was a candidate to be, Leofau, but most of the guys who were going to play snaps at linebacker didn't play. Kyer Elam, your number 2 corner, didn't play. Like, nobody played. And at least this week, you're not going to see the biggest names, but you are going to see a lot of guys you didn't see last week. Cooper Beebe, first-round pick Tyler Booker, Miles Sanders, Hunter Lipke, Kyer Elam, Sam Williams, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn, Justin Barron. There's a lot of guys that you didn't see last week that you will see this week. If it were up to you, I fight Jesse Holley about this all the time, but we do it with all due respect.
Okay.
When
all
we
due
fight,
respect.
with all due respect.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a coward.
Okay.
And I like that if you're a good player, or let me say a really good player, and I know exactly what you're doing and I feel like you're good to go, I'm probably going to protect you and not let you get hurt in a game that doesn't matter.
Correct.
But where are you on the play to get ready or don't play to get ready? Because the other part of my brain, I fight myself, is like training camp isn't what it used to be.
No.
People get tackled maybe a total of twice all of training camp. We're not playing football in training camp.
Right.
Like, how much does playing football get you ready to play football?
It's important. It's important. I mean, it's a level of physicality that you got to have. I mean, I can use our team, for example, when I was in the UFL. I mean, obviously, we didn't bang in the UFL for almost 8 weeks. We made it to the postseason against the DC team, and they actually banged on a Tuesday or Wednesday and a Thursday. And you saw the difference when we played them in a championship game on a Saturday where there's a level of physicality. We were soft and they were not. But it's the same thing, you know, even with training camp, there's a level of physicality that you have to have. And thudding and doing all these different things is not going to translate to what it feels like to play in a game.
I feel like it's hard too, especially at certain positions. Not that, you know, a lot of NFL rosters, I feel like we could go to camp and I could tell you 48 of the 53 when we're done.
Right.
But I feel like there's some positions where we're probably getting robbed of guys who could play NFL football, but you don't know, because a big part of the game is, can you tackle me?
Right.
And we never find out.
And that's the thing. And you can't do it and you can't simulate that.
Right.
Right. And so, you know, we know the game is won in the trenches, and the offensive line and D-line, they're banging. Linebackers, they're banging. But obviously it's the secondary that sometimes gets exposed. And so if you don't do that and actually go out there and to get those live reps, sometimes it can hurt you. But you also got to put in the back of your mind, you don't want guys getting nicked up.
I know it's
hard. You got week 1 now where they were scrimmaging and they did joint practice against the Rams, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't need to see guys go out there when we spent 4 days with these dudes and now play. I just put all my guys that maybe are on the cusp and let them go play.
Yeah.
So that's that other thought process of it. So you just want to make sure you can get through. They already know on their big board, all right, these guys are going to make it. These guys are going to make it. Hey, let's push these guys along. We already know what we got. We know what positions we need to fill. And most of those guys are special teams dudes. Let them go out there and play.
I'm excited that tonight the Cowboys will run their starting center out there, Cooper Beebe. It's going to be his second year in the league with a promising rookie year. Tyler Booker next to him at right guard is going to get his first action. So we won't get the whole line because Tyler Smith falls in the category of you're too good.
Right.
The right tackle, Terrence Steele, I guess it's just we know you well enough that we're not worried about it, so just hang out. But I am excited to see the guys who, for a team that wants to be physical,
right,
let's go ahead and start teeing off on people. Put the young guys that I haven't seen, one of them I haven't seen do it yet, and one of them I just want to make sure he's on the track that I think he's on, which is to be a monster. And it's like, all right, go out there next to each other and let's just go smash into people.
Right.
Because I don't know, I am kind of a psycho, and I know a lot of you are psychos. You were watching the pregame show to a preseason game where the best players aren't going to play. You're all psychos. We're all psychos. So I'll watch whoever because it's the team that I cover and that I want to win. But it's so much better when you're looking out and you see the jerseys of guys and you're like, oh, yeah, he matters.
No doubt.
I want to know what he does.
No doubt. Well, I mean, we're all fans and we want to see guys play. But at the same time, we do know this is a business. And we do know that we got to have people available week 1 against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And, if it's we go out there and a guy twists a hamstring or ankle. And the crazy thing about the NFL, I mean, we know this and we've seen this with the Dallas Cowboys. One player can make a difference, right? And we know that. And so you got to try to protect
Sign
him.
Micah.
You know what I mean? Defensively, we talk about it, right? So you want to make sure that at least your guys are getting the reps that they need, and you need to make sure that you can come out of preseason healthy. That's the biggest thing that most people get scared about is the fact that are my guys going to be healthy and are they going to be ready to go? And we got to show, again, like we talked about, you got to show the level of physicality because we know the last couple of years, sometimes we've gotten dominated in the trenches. We've got dominated at the linebacker spot. So we got to figure that out. They got to figure that out so they can make sure they're ready to go week 1.
So this is Seneca Wallace filling in for Jesse today, former Iowa State and NFL, longtime NFL quarterback, 11 years. Don't say a decade.
Come on.
11 years in the National Football League and was a coaching assistant with the Cowboys in 2020.
Cowboys. Yeah, COVID year.
So you're a perfect person to ask this because 17% of the chat says Dak sucks.
Oh, come on. Come on. All right, so there's a good percent that don't think he does.
Yeah. I think it's I'd say 45% think that he's quite good.
Okay.
15 to 20% say he's terrible.
Love it.
And then another 40% are like, yeah, solid quarterback.
Right.
What was your experience like with the Cowboys with Dak?
It was great, man. I mean, the dude he's a pro. Number one, that's the reason why he is had the longevity that he has. It's the reason why the Cowboys organizations paid him. He's serviceable, and what I mean by that is the fact that do we believe out in the chat that Dak Prescott has hit his ceiling? Do we believe that?
Yeah, I think he's at the age that if you're expecting more, that's crazy.
Right, and I don't think he's going to give us more. I think he's the locker room guy that you want. He's the guy off the field that's going to do everything right for your organization, right? Now it's at the point, and we talked about this on air, can the Dallas Cowboys put the right pieces around him? We look at Brock Purdy on the other hand. You got to. You look at Brock Purdy and what they're doing with San Francisco. They go back to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, but they put the right pieces around a Brock Purdy. At this point in Dak Prescott's career, they got to put the right pieces around him. Run game has to be solid. The pass game has to be solid. The pass protection has to be solid. Obviously, the defense has to be great. Playing with short fields where we're not putting Dak Prescott and asking him to lead us on a 99-yard drive to win a ball game. Because we know history. We've seen the history. But he's a constant guy that I know if I'm the offensive coordinator that is going to do everything right. He's going to see the field like I want. Now it's a matter of can he execute what I need to have done.
Elements in the chat. He wants to know who can run the 40 faster, Jeff or Seneca. I'll tell you a secret. Now, once upon a time.
Okay.
Once upon a time on one coach's handheld.
Okay. On a handheld. That's key. I'm glad you said that.
Yes. 4.59. And that's the best I can do.
Yeah.
But I told that coach because the other one had 4.63. So they said 4.61. And I said, I'm forever a 4.5 guy.
There you
go. It was on your watch.
That's right.
But you ran faster, I think, was that the combine or pro day? 4.52?
So the combine, yeah, they do the combine. You know how it is. You give you two.
You could add me probably 0.15 to 0.2
and
to
that's
my 40.
laser, right? And then you're going. So I busted a 4.4, and then the second one was like a 4.55. So it was a 4.5 flat. Now, you can look at it on the chat. I think I'm still up there top 5. I take RG3 out of there, right? He's a track dude. I think he ran it. There was what's the receiver that came out of Arkansas? Matt Jones.
Oh, Matt Jones.
But he didn't play quarterback.
He had some stuff happen.
Right. 4.3 though. Yeah. And then it was Reggie McNeil, A&M.
You're lucky Lamar didn't run. I played Reggie McNeil in high school. Yeah. That was a long day.
Right.
Boy, he beat the brakes off of us. That
and
was
a lot of dudes that can go, but
he can you
can't be talking about, well, I did this at my pro day. That's the perfect environment. I want to see you do it at the combine in front of everybody, right? With the lights on, laser, all that good stuff. So I still can go a little bit.
Seneca would beat me, and then somebody else asked if you could beat Dak in a foot race, and I'm just going to say yes. And unless you have any ligament damage I'm not aware of.
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good right now, 45.
He would also beat Dak. Everybody get yourself ready. It's Cowboys-Ravens. It's week 2 of the preseason, and we will see you here in about 3 hours. As soon as it goes final, join us for the post-game show. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast. And remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
We all silly like the mayor.